This is Prince. I was just listening to some of your work. Really? Man, cool, man. Well, thanks, man. And he's like, yeah, we're going to have the limo come back and pick you up, and the bass player and the drummer, they're there at the hotel as well. And so be in the lobby in about 10 minutes, okay? So go down, and we take a limo ride to Paisley Park, and go inside, and there's this big foyer when you come in, you know, and platinum everything, and this giant thing that had all these tickets on it, and it said, congratulations on 80 million sold, you know, on this like tour or something, you know, and it's like, God dang, this is insane. And I start to hear all these weird sounds, sound like animals or something. And I look up, and there's a balcony all around, and there's doves in cages all around the entire foyer. What the hell? This is a trip. This is like, and then Prince suddenly appeared up there, and he said, hey man, we're all gonna meet in Studio A down there, so head in there, I'll be down in just a minute. I said, go in, and just waiting for him, and he comes in, he says, hey, let's you and me go in the sound booth there. So we talked for a while, and he wants to make sure I own all the masters to my music, and how long I've been playing guitar and all that stuff, you know, because he was really an advocate for artists controlling their music, that we probably know, so he was really curious about that. And it's like, yeah. He's like, all right, well, let's go jam, you know. So go in and playing with the bass player and the drummer, and I'm going to tell you, man, I'm not a very good improviser. It's just not like my forte, really. I'm more like an author than like I don't know, some improviser. So I like to write tunes, you know. So I'm trying to keep up, and you know, it's okay, I guess. But he's like, yeah, that's cool, man. Then he asked me to play some of my tunes and do that. He's like, all right, that's great, man. So what are you doing this year? And this is like 2012, and I was really lucky. That year I had a couple of really cool things. Another one was I got to open for Dream Theater, progressive metal band. Yeah, been a fan since I was 14, so Pull Me Under on MTV, you know. So that was huge. I said, well, I'm doing that. We're doing that in Asia, and then I've got some time, I think in May, where I'm not doing anything. He's like, all right, so we'll figure something out. He goes out and leaves the room, and he peeks back in. He's like, all right, y'all, you want to play some ping pong? And I look at the bass player and the drummer, and I'm just like, did I just hear him say ping pong? What the hell? So we go out in another room, and he is amazing at ping pong. He like totally dominated us. Like everybody, he wanted to play everybody. You know, I think I got 1 point on him maybe. And it was totally defeated us. So killed us. But so that was that, you know. And then I go back and I start doing my own tour stuff, and you know, I'm just wondering what the plan is, and get another email, and it's like, all right, we've booked 9 concerts in Australia, and I want you to be the guitar player on it. So I was like, oh my God, you know, I didn't know if he was going to want to try writing some music together or, you know, what. So suddenly it was like, all right, 9 concerts in Australia, you ready? So I go one more time to Paisley Park and meet with him and the band, the whole band, and work up a medley of about 5 tunes, and that's kind of the plan, is I'll do that with the band at one point in the concert, come up as a special guest, and say, all right, man. So go off again, and I'm touring with Dream Theater, and there's like one more concert there in Bangkok, Thailand, and then I was going to fly right to Australia from there to do the shows with Prince, and got one more email, and it said, this is your outfit, in the subject line. So I was like, oh my God, I don't even know if I want to open this. You know, he's got some outfits, you know, he had some outfits for the day. So I was kind of like, man, it's gonna be like a purple sequin, like banana hammock, I don't even know what might be the plan. So I open it up, and he starts out with, we'd like you to open the show as well, Mr. McKee. And so maybe you could play something in a major key, kind of groovy down at the front of the stage. It was his symbol, you know. And make your way towards the center, change it up, maybe get a little bit minor and mysterious, because your 50-foot cape is going to unfurl behind you. And we're going to have images of like fire and water and the universe projected from above onto this silk cape. Holy shit. So, man, I don't know, I just felt like embarrassed or what, man. I called my managers, like, I don't know if I could do this cape thing, man. It's so... I'm like on blue jeans, you know, in this black shirt. That's my normal thing. So like a 50-foot white silk cape, and I was just like, man, maybe you could just remind him I'm from Kansas, you know. We don't even know. wear regular length capes. Unless you're from Smallville, there's a guy. So anyway, there was a few like really beautiful women on the tour who were dancers and stuff, and so one of them wore the cape, and they just, his symbol, that kind of circle in the middle, that was actually an elevator. So they had me on that with smoke and lasers, 20,000 people like tonight, and it was just. And it was crazy, so I just played, and then the lady who wore the cape came over and she knelt next to me, and then they took us down, and the whole band kicked in, and I waited under the hot stage for about an hour, and then went up and played a medley with the whole band, and we ended with Purple Rain, and it was fucking insane. I still can't, and I'm sorry I just used the F-bomb for some sensitive ears here, but it was the craziest thing that's happened in my entire life, and I never would have imagined in a billion years that he would even know who I am. Never mind want me to play, on some concerts with him. But other than that, I mean, there was always an after show. Even like at a place like this, we would go play for 20,000 people, and then he'd book a little place to go play till 4 a.m, and we'd go and do that. Sometimes there was this one night where he wanted to have a little party at his hotel room, and we went there, and there's a DJ spinning records and stuff, and he wanted me to bring my guitar. So about 3 a.m, he says, "Mr. McKee, you gotta calm these ladies down." He wanted me to play some acoustic guitar, so. Yeah, he excited him, he didn't calm him down. But, yeah, so anyway, I played a few tunes on guitar, and one of them was Ryan Lynn, that last tune, and that's when he told me that was the one he saw on YouTube that even made him want to get a hold of me, and that's how it all even happened, So, in any case, last week was really devastating to hear that news, and I don't know if everybody here is a Prince fan, but he really, really was a brilliant guy, and he had an intensity about him that, from playing guitar and bass and drums and singing and keys, he did all that to ping pong, to basketball, to making pancakes. And apparently he could make some killer pancakes if you've seen that Dave Chappelle thing. But really, it was just inspiring to be around him for me, and anyone that got near him, I think. He was just an amazing person, and real loss for the musical world that he died. But in any case, when he asked me, on that email to come up with something for the start of the show, I wasn't too sure what to do, and I thought, well, let me try this first and send it to him and see what he thinks, and he ended up liking it. So we ended up doing this at the start of the concerts, and it was in the same key as the first song as the band, so it worked out perfectly. I heard some people shouting this out over there, so you may have seen me put a little clip of this on my Facebook page, and I did a little video and interview with Guitar World last week in New York, and so that's up there now too. If you want to hear that whole story again, or tell your friends to see it or whatever, it's all been documented through Guitar World. But this little acoustic arrangement of Purple Rain.